GNF, that is Grayback normal form. Okay, so let's see what is meant by a Grayback normal form. This we know that this context-free grammar is a type 2 grammar, and this Grayback is a scientist uh, who has invented this procedure to convert this grammar into some other format. And what we say that the definition of GNF is that a context-free grammar, which is a simplified grammar. Okay, so remember the word simplified. The grammar, which is a simplified grammar, is in GNF if every production is of the form of A generates small a alpha. Okay, where capital A is a single variable to the left hand side, and right hand side we have a single terminal symbol such as small a. Okay, see this particular type of the format of the production rule. All the rules are of this type. Left hand side is a single variable because it is CFG, and it is a GNF format of CFG. And then we have a small case letter here, that is the terminal symbol as a first letter, and there is only one single terminal symbol, and this right hand side starts with the terminal symbol. After that there can be alpha, but here the meaning of alpha is different than the meaning that we are taking till now. Okay, till now alpha, beta, gamma, these are the words which we use for combination of variables and terminals. But here the meaning of alpha is different. So remember, with respect to normal forms, the meaning of alpha is different. And what is alpha? Alpha belongs to capital V. Means alpha is belonging to the string that is made up of zero or more number of variables. Means all variables. Okay. So in simple words, we can say that a GNF means a CFG, which is a simplified CFG. GNF means it is a simplified grammar. It is a simplified context-free grammar where each and every production is of the form of A generates small a alpha, where your A is a single variable, small a is a single terminal symbol at the right hand side, and then there can be zero or more than zero number of variables, all capital letters. So one small case letter and all capital letters. This is the way each and every production is in GNF. Okay, so another way to remember GNF is that it is a simplified CFG, and it must start with the single terminal symbol followed by zero or more number of variables. Okay, so I think you have understood now. You may have zero number of variables. If it is zero number of variables, then capital A generates small a is allowed. Okay, so this production is already in the Grayback normal form. Or you may have capital A is equal to small a, capital AB, capital BA, capital BAC, capital BS, anything like all capitals after small a. And this number of variables can be zero or more than zero. Okay, so let's see what are the steps. First step is that whenever you solve this problem, this problem is there for 10 marks. When you solve this problem, the first step is to define GNF. Then you simplify the grammar. So write down this definition, and then you write down the simplification, like you simplify the grammar. Then the third step is that bring every production to the form capital A is equal to small a alpha or capital A is equal to alpha. Okay, where alpha belongs to V. And so you may convert it into already in a GNF format. If it is possible, directly convert it into GNF format. If it is not possible to convert it into GNF format, then you convert it into this format. A is equal to alpha, where alpha means all variables. Alpha means all variables. If the size of RHS is greater than or equal to 2, then alpha should contain all the variables. Okay, so this should be all variables. So like this, you bring every production to this particular format. Then rename the variables. Rename the variables such as A1, A2, A3, A4. And then the next step is that for every rule of this type, like AI is equal to AJ alpha, where alpha is set of variables, all the variable symbols. You have to see here the number I because you are numbering them. So you have to see the index AI and AJ. if I is greater than j, then uh, I is greater than j, means it is a2 and here a1. Then I is greater than j. Then convert it to I less than or equal to j. You by substitution. So by referring other variables, you will have to convert it into in the format such that your I should be less than or equal to j. Okay. Here, if this is a1, then this can be a1, or if this is a1, then this can be if this is a2, then that is allowed. But if it is a2 and a1 here, then your I is greater than j. If I is greater than j, then convert it into in such a way format that I should be less than or equal to j. Okay, we're going to solve a problem, and in each and every step, I'll explain you this again. Okay? Then the next step is about removal of left recursion, which I told you yesterday. This is also important step. So this both the steps, they are little complicated. 3, 5, and 6. And then 7th is just a mathematics. By substitutions, you convert the productions into GNF format, rules into GNF format. Okay, so I'll just revise this again. When you solve the problem, first step is to define GNF. So if 10 marks are there, then maybe the steps 3, 5, and 7 are having more weightage, and all 7 steps are there. So they may be having 2 marks. Okay, so define GNF 1 mark. Like a grammar is a simplified grammar. It is in GNF. CFG is in GNF. If it is simplified, plus it has all the production rules are of the type of A is equal to small a alpha, where A is a terminal and alpha is a set of variables. This is the definition. Then simplify the grammar. For simplification, all 4 steps are there. Removal of epsilon production, unit productions, and non-generating symbols, and then non-reachable symbols. Then you bring every production directly to GNF if it is possible. Otherwise, you convert it into A is equal to alpha, where right hand side is all variables. Okay, and then proceed. And then rename the variables. You have the variables such as S, A, B, C, D. Rename them as A1, A2, A3, A4. And then you check for every rule, your I should be less than J. Means A1 is equal to A2 is allowed. But if it is A2 and here A1, then you will have to convert by substitution this rule in such a way that your I should be equal to or less than J. Then you may find out that there will be a left recursion, like A1 is equal to A1. If there is a left recursion, then remove the left recursion and convert it to right recursion. And then by substitutions, you convert each and every rule into GNF format. Okay. So now you pay your attention properly and listen to this particular problem next time, because I'm going to start with the new topic next time. So we are going to start with the new chapter that will be push down machine that understands CFG, which is a very interesting chapter from next lecture. Okay, so this is the last lecture on GNF. Now, just I'm writing all the rules here just to read them whenever you need. And the question is that convert the given this grammar into GNF format. Okay, so write the definition that it is a simplified grammar and all the rules are of the type of A is equal to small a alpha, where alpha is equal to set of variables. It can be 0 or more than 0 variables. Now, this definition is done. So simplify the grammar. For simplification, you need to find out whether there is any epsilon production. So here, by purpose, I have taken the example in such a way that we are not spending time to learn about simplification, because we have already done simplification for multiple times. And I want to concentrate on the steps 3, 5, and 6. So this particular grammar is actually a simplified grammar, but we have to just verify it. So remove the null production. Here there are no null productions, no epsilon symbols. So there is no null production, though there is no change. Then try to find out, is there any unit production? Unit production is not there, so there is no unit production. So move to the next step, that is generating removal of non-generating symbols. So I am saying that generating symbols are small ab, and anyone who is generating small ab is a generating symbol. So capital S generates small ab and capital B generates small a. Because of that, S and B are generating symbols. Now we have to check whether A is a generating symbol. Okay, so A is equal to double B or A is equal to capital B small b, and both the symbols are there in this curly bracket. So we say that A is equal to capital B small b is also a generating symbol. So now we say that A, S, B, small a, b, all symbols are generating. So there is no change in the grammar. So grammar remains the same. So same grammar is there. Now after the third step of simplification. Now you need to check whether the symbols are reachable. So draw the circles for non-reachable like S, A and B, and then try to find out whether there is any rule. So S is equal to BA is there, S is equal to BA is there. Because of that, A and B are reachable from S. Even there is one more rule, A is equal to double B. So if B is reachable directly or indirectly via A, then also B is reachable. Okay, sometimes this is not there. S is equal to B is may not be, B is not there. Then A is reachable from S and B is reachable from A. If so, that particular symbol should be reachable directly or indirectly, and then it is called as a reachable symbol. So these all three symbols are reachable. So grammar is already simplified. Okay, so the first step is done. Here purposely I have taken a simplified grammar because I don't want to spend time in explaining about simplification. Now go to the next step. Okay, so the next step is about converting every production to the form such as A is equal to small a alpha or A is equal to alpha, where alpha belongs to capital B. And if it is greater than 2, then it should contain all the variables. Like it should contain all the variables. Right hand side is greater than or equal to 2, it should contain all the variables. Okay, so we have to convert every rule in the form of GNF or A is equal to alpha format, where right hand side is all variables. Okay, so we'll do that in left hand side and right hand side partition mein. So here I'm taking every rule, writing each and every rule, and I'm just trying to convert it into means I'm going to apply the step 3 on the rule, and then I'm going to write it the answer here. Okay, so take the first rule, S is equal to BA. Now check that whether it is of this type, A is equal to small a alpha. Here the smallest letter is not there, but A is equal to alpha may all variables. So here all variables are there. So that is fine. So I'm taking this rule as it is. Okay, so it is already in this particular, as per this particular rule. Okay, now take the next rule. Next rule is S is equal to small ab. Okay, now here there are two terminal symbols. But here, as per this, there can be only one terminal symbols and after that all variables or all the variables. If terminal symbol is not there, then all the variables. So here it is not as per this. So what we can do? So we can add a new variable. Okay, and I'll make this small b as a capital D. I'm having A, B, S, A and B as variables. So I'm going to add a new variable capital D in my grammar. So I'm changing this rule and applying this step 3 and changing this rule, and I'm saying that S is equal to small a capital D and capital D is equal to small b. Okay, so this way I have converted this S is equal to small a b as A is equal to small a alpha, small a and alpha, where this is a variable and this variable is equal to this small a. And if you look at this D is equal to B, it is also following this rule. It is already in GNF, because in GNF you need to have a left hand side as a single variable, right hand side as a single terminal symbol, and after that there can be 0 or any number of variables. So here there are 0 number of variables. So here this D is equal to B is already in GNF. Okay, it follows GNF rules. Like left hand side is a single variable, right hand side is a single terminal, and after that there are 0 number of variables. So it is already in GNF, so it is permitted. It is following this first part. Okay, so it is already in GNF, so it is allowed. So I have added this D is equal to small b, and I have converted these two terminals into one terminal and one variable. Okay, so it is into small a alpha format. Okay, so which is already a GNF kind of format. So this change is done for this particular rule. Now take the next rule, that is A is equal to capital B small b here. Okay, again here there is it is starting with capital letter variable, but after that terminal. So it is not allowed. Terminal can be there only before the variable, and it can be only once. So what we can do, we cannot convert it into small a alpha part, but we can convert it into a is equal to alpha, where alpha is equal to all the variables. And because small b is equal to capital D, which is already done here, we can say that a is equal to bd directly. So this rule is converted into a is equal to alpha format. A is equal to alpha format, where these are all variables. Okay, and finally, in your answer for GNF, the final answer, final step should give you all the rules of this type, like a small terminal symbol before, small case letter before all the variables. Okay, so this rule is converted here. Now take the next rule, that is capital A is equal to double B, which is already of type of A is equal to alpha. So I'll take it as it is. It is allowed. Or then you take capital B is equal to small ab, capital AB, that is also allowed. Then take B is equal to small a, which is already in GNF, because here small case letter and then zero number of variables. So it is already in GNF. So like this, I have done the changes. I have applied the step 3, and these are my new set of rules. Now, if you observe this, um, uh, so like different people solve this problem in different ways. Some of the times, what they say is that in this particular step, you convert the grammar into CNF format, and then you can use it. Okay. And some of the cases, some of the places in the books or internet, you might see that instead of the step 3, they convert the grammar into CNF as a first step. GNF ka first step is to convert the grammar into CNF and then start working on that. Okay, so this way also they do it, but I am doing it in this manner as per the text. Okay, so it is done. Step number 3 is done. You have converted the rules in the form of A is equal to small a alpha, which is a GNF, already GNF format, or A is equal to alpha format. So all the rules are of this type. This is A alpha, where one variable, all variables, all variables, all variables, or only one single terminal is also, and zero number of variables. So these are the rules which is the output of the step 3. And now this is the input to the step number 4. So the step number 4 is very easy. Step number 4 is very easy. Just to rename the variables. Just to rename the variables. So you start taking, assuming and define like what is your A1, A2, A3. So I'm saying that my S is, I'm taking S as A1, A as A2, capital B as A3, and capital D as A4. Okay, because in my input of the fourth step contains capital D also. So I'm renaming the variables as A1, A2, A3, and A4. Okay. Now you start taking the variables, like start writing the production rules. Here also I'm taking the input to the left hand side and output to the right hand side of the step 4. So step 4 ka input is here and step 4 ka output is here in this column. So in the exam also you just make a line over here and take the write down each and every rule to the left hand side and do the calculation and write the output at the right hand side. Okay. So it looks good when you solve the problem. Now take the first rule, S is equal to BA, rename it. S is A1, B is A3, and A is A2. So you say that A1 is equal to A3, A2. Okay, so after renaming the variables, this is my new set of rules. Small ad will become A1 is equal to small a, A4. Then I have the next rule as A is equal to BD. So A is equal to A2, A2 is equal to A3, A4. Now the next rule is A is equal to double B. So it is equal to A2 is equal to A3, A3. Then the next rule was B is equal to AB. So B will be equal to B means A3. A3 is equal to A2, A3. Then the next rule is B is equal to small a. So B means A3. A3 is equal to small a. And then D is equal to small a, B. So it is A4 is equal to small b. Okay. Just verify whether there is any mistake done. So D is A4, B is A3, A3, A2, A3. Like this, you have just written down all the rules in the form of A1, A2, and A3 and A4. So the fourth step is renaming the variables, which is easy. Just rename all the variables and rewrite them. Okay. Now this will be the input to the next step, that is the step 5. Okay, this will be the input to the next step, that is step 5. So in the step 5, uh, you have to convert, you have to check I and j, the index I and j, and your I should be less than or equal to j. If it is not, then you will have to take the action. Okay, so start writing the rules. Here also I'm writing left hand side my input of the step 5, and the output of step 5 is written down here. Okay, so take the first rule, that is a1 is equal to a3 a2. Now you check the index here. This is 1 and this is 3. So 1 is less than 3. That is okay. So this rule, there will not be any change. So write it as it is. Okay. Now next is take the second rule. A1 is equal to small a, a4. But this is already in GNF. This is already in GNF. It is already of this type. So we don't have to worry about this rule, and we don't have to do any change. And here there is no variable. So we don't have to do any change. Take it as it is because it is already in GNF. So the work is done for this particular rule. Now next, take the next rule. A2 is equal to A3, A4. So 2 is less than 3. So here also there is no issue. So take it as it is. Okay. Now take the next rule. A2 is equal to A3, A3. Again here, this 2 is less than 3. So take the rule as it is and write it here. Now take the next rule, that is A3 is equal to A2, A3. Okay. Now here there is a problem. So that's why I made it as a yellow background. Here, if you see, this index is 3 and this index is 2. So 3 is greater than 2. So we have to convert it into in other format in such a way that this I should be either equal to j or it should be less than j. So now here look at this particular leftmost variable. It is a2. Now already we know what is a2. A2 is a3 a4 or a2 is a3 a3. Any one of them. So there are two possible combinations of A2. A2 is either A3, A4 or A2 is either A3, A3. So how to change this? So you just have to replace A2 with the corresponding value. Okay. So that your index will become same. Okay. Look at the index. Index is also A3, A3. So by looking at this, all these values, you will have to use a substitution method. And with the substitution, you will have to convert it into in such a way that your I should be less than or equal to J. And here, luckily, this A2 has occurred before A3 in our sequence. So we can see here. We don't have to see after. Otherwise, you can write down all the rules and then you can look into multiple variables and then you can take a decision. Okay, so A3 is equal to A2, A3, replace A2 with the corresponding value, either A3, A4 or A3, A3. So how I will do it? I will write it here. These are the two different values of A2. So I have written down in the place of A2 these two different values of A2. That now A3 is equal to A2, A3 tha. Now I'm writing it that A3 is equal to A3, A4, A3 or A3, 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 because this is the second value and this is the first value. So A2 is replaced with this first value, A2 is replaced with the second value. And here there was only one rule. Now there are two different rules because A2 can be either A3, A4 or A3, A3. So I have to use both. Okay. If you have 5 different values for A2, then you will have to replace this A2 with that 5 different values. So like this, rewrite the rule in such a way that I should be less than or equal to J. Now take the next rule, that is A3 is equal to small a. It is already in GNF because it is starting with the small case letter and 0 number of variables to the right hand side. So take it as it is. Then the last one is A4 is equal to small b, which is also already in GNF. So take it as it is and you write it like this. A4 is equal to small b. So the step number 5 is done. And now you can verify this one is less than 3. This is 1 and this is 4. Okay, so do the change and convert every index I and j in such a way that your I should be less than or equal to j. So now go to the next step. Next step is about removal of left recursion. So now take this grammar as the input. Take this grammar as the input to the step number 6, and try to find out whether there is any recursion. Whether there is any recursion. Okay. So see the rules here for removal of left recursion, and check that. Now this is the first rule, which is the input to the step 6 from 5. So here check for the rule here, that is A1 is equal to A3 A2. So here there is no recursion. So take the rule as it is. So there is no left recursion, so no problem. Now take the next rule. Here it is already in GNF, so no change in the second rule. Look at the third rule, that is A2 is equal to A3 of A4. Here also it is 2 and 3. So there is no left recursion. Now you take the next rule, that is equal to A2 is equal to A3 A3. Here also there is no left recursion. Now take the next rule. Next rule is A3 is equal to A3 A4 A3, or A3 is equal to A3 for 3 times. So now here you can see here there is a left recursion. A3 is represented in terms of A3, and the recursion is occurring at the leftmost position. Okay. So even if you remember, I've told you that in whenever you are designing your context-free grammar, you have to avoid left recursion. You can use a recursion, but recursion should be there at the rightmost location. So right recursion is allowed, but left recursion is not allowed. Because when you design the parser who is going to tell the runtime environment how to execute the statement, that design of the parser is easy when you are having a right recursion. You are designing a grammar for your language, then you write a program by using the language. That program is to be executed, and how to execute the program is decided by the parser. Parser will tell the CPU how to execute the program, whether to do the addition first or multiplication first or division first. That is told by, or that is informed by the parse tree to the runtime environment or to the CPU. So your parse tree generation is done in the second step of the compiler, that is syntax analyzer. And when the parse tree is generated, it is going to tell. And generation of the parse tree from the grammar will be an automated process. So when you are creating your parser from your context-free grammar, your grammar should be designed in such a way that there is a right recursion instead of left recursion. Left recursive grammar के लिए creating the parser is a tough job. So that's why always whenever we are doing the normalization also, or simplification, or converting grammar into another format, or you're designing the grammar, make sure that you are not using left recursion. So here the left recursion is there, remove the left recursion. I've told you that use a small trick for left recursion. What you have to do is that you create the parse tree for this particular rule. Okay, so I'm taking the first rule now. A3 is equal to A3 into A4 A5. So I will create a parse tree. Okay, these are the rules. A3 is equal to small a is also one of the rules, which is already in GNF. So I'll take it directly here. So all these three rules are there for A3. Okay, now remember all these three rules are there for A3. So start creating the parse tree. So I'm saying that A3 is equal to A3. I'm taking this particular rule. Okay, first rule. So A3 is equal to A3 and A4 A3. Again, you apply the same rule. So A3 is equal to A3 or A4 A3. So here you can repeat this for n number of times. And finally, to stop the recursion, what you have to use is that you have to use small a. So if you're using a small a to stop the recursion, then if you observe this strings ka pattern that is getting generated is the string of the type of small a into A4 A3 for n number of times. So small a, after that A4 A3 for n number of times. So all the strings which are generated for the first rule are of this particular pattern. That small a will be there in the beginning. After that A4 A3 A4 A3 A4 A3 for multiple times, for n number of times. So what I'm doing now, instead of this A4 A3, for n number of times. It is similar to a raised to n of your context free grammar ka designing. Okay, so for this particular a4 a3 raised to n number of time, I'm going to introduce a new variable, and because my name of the variable was a3, so my newly introduced variable ka name I'm going to give as b3. So I'm saying that a3 is nothing but small a b3. Okay, so this I have, so I'll replace a4 a3 by b3. Okay, now but so this is my this way I'm going to take the decision about this particular rule. But let's try and check for the second rule also. So second is a3 is equal to a3 into a3 a3. So I'll draw the parse tree. If you draw the parse tree, then it is very easy to recognize this pattern. Otherwise, it is difficult to recognize the pattern by looking at the rule only. So draw the parse tree, and now take the rule a3. A3 is equal to a3 a3. Apply it again, and if you observe this to stop the recursion, say a3 is equal to small a, and now if you observe the pattern is a into a3 a3 for n number of times. So here if you see both the patterns are having this small a in the beginning. Okay, so I will say that my a3 is nothing but small a b3, where my b3 can be a4 a3 or a3 a3, any one of them. Okay, so this way I'm going to rewrite the rule for A3. I'll say that A3 is equal to small a B3, and A3 is equal to small a of this is written directly. And for B3 now I have to write down. So I'll say that B3 is equal to B3 is equal to I have to write down B3 for B3 should generate A4 A3 for n number of times, and here B3 should generate A3 A3 for n number of times. So I'm going to rewrite this B3 as it is A4 A3 B3. So here the left recursion is converted to right recursion. B3 is in terms of B3, but B3 is equal to A4 A3 if it is repeated for one time, or B3 is equal to A3 A3 if it is repeated for one time to stop the recursion. And otherwise, if it is for n number of times, then it is represented as A4 A3 B3 or A3 A3 B3. Okay, so this way you will have to remove the left recursion. So this is little complicated, but once you understand, you can easily do this. What we have done is that for this left recursion, we are drawing a parse tree, and we are going to show the recursion, then stop the recursion, look at the behavior of the string that is getting generated, and then it is a dot some right hand side repeated for n number of times. For this right hand side, you take the new variable. My this variable was a3, so I'm taking b3. If this variable is a2, then I'll introduce a new variable as b2 to just to understand the problem properly. Use the proper naming convention. So B3 is going to generate A4 A3 for n times, or B3 is going to generate A3 A3 for n number of times. So write down the rules for that. Like here, your knowledge of designing of context-free grammar, you have to apply that knowledge now. Then the next rule is A4 is equal to small b, which so there is no recursion. It is already in GNF, so take it as it is. And now the step number 6 is done. Step number 6 is done. So now go to the next step, that is step number 7, where you will have to do the substitution, a normal simple mathematics, to convert each and every rule into the corresponding GNF format. Okay. So here I am directly writing all the rules which are there, which is the input of the previous step. So all these rules are written down here as an input to the step, to the left hand side. And now I have to apply the step number 7. So I'll go on selecting each and every rule, and then I'm going to write it in the output answer. But before that, I have to check that what are the rules which are already in GNF. Okay, so I can identify this blue color, red color, and this magenta color variables are already in GNF format. So select the rules and write them in the output as the first step. So I'm writing A1 is equal to small A4, A4 is equal to small b, and A3 is equal to small ab3 and small a. All these rules are already in GNF format. They are already converted into GNF format. So write them first. And now you go on selecting each and every rule. So select here A1 is equal to A3, A2. Select here A1 is equal to A3, A2. And now for A3, you see here it is equal to small ab3 and or small a. So replace, because you have to convert the rule into this format, small a alpha. So replace this A3 with either AB3 or small a. Okay, so and rewrite it. So I'll say that now A1 is equal to AB3 A2 for the first rule instead of A3 or small a, A2. So it is a simple substitution. And with the substitution, I've converted this A3 A2 wala rule. This is of the type of A is equal to alpha type of rule. You have to convert it into A is equal to small a alpha type of rule. So here it is small a and all the variables. Small a and all the variables. This B3 3 is the subscript. Okay. So it is B3, a single variable. Right hand side is all variables. Here right hand side is only one variable. Okay. So I'll just convert this B3 because it is confusing. Here B3 is the subscript. So now we'll see here, take the input of the step number 7, write down that input to the left hand side, identify with the rules which are already in GNF, write them first, and then now take the first rule. For the first rule, if A3 is there, then find out the value of A3 and replace A3 with the corresponding values. So when you replace it, you get all the variables which are there, all the rules which are in already in GNF format. Starting with the small case letter, after that all variables, starting with the small case letter, after that a variable. So this is done for this first rule. Now take the second rule. A2 is equal to A3, A4. Here also A3 is there, so it's easy. A2 is equal to small a B3 A4 or small a A4. Okay, so replace this A3 with the value of A3. Okay, so for the first rule. Now for the second rule also here A3 is there, so replace this A3 with these two values. So here in the input you have two rules, but here in the output you are having four different rules. So it is small a B3 A3 or small a A3. So okay, so the replacement is done. And this A2 के लिए input में there were two rules, now there are four rules because there are two values of A3. So either this or this, either AB3 or small a. Okay, so like this we have done for the second rule. This is done. Now take the next rule B3 ka. So B3 is equal to A4 A3 B3. So check the value of A4. A4 is small b. So replace it with small b. So this first rule के लिए it is becoming small b A3 B3, which is also in GNA format. That one terminal all variables. Now for the second rule here there is A3, but A3 के लिए there are two values. So here there will be two values, AB3 or A, and after that A3 B3. So this is done for the first row of first two values of B3. Now next two values of B3. B3 is equal to A4 A3, but A4 is B. So replace A4 with small b. So it is now small b A3 and A3 A3 है तो ये A3 को replace करो A small a B3 and A से. So there are two values. So like this the rules are converted by using substitution. And now this verify your answer. So each and every rule is starting with the small case letter, and after that there are all the variables. So the grammar is converted into GNA format. So write down the final answer that the CFG in GNF is VTPS where B is equal to A1, A2, A3, A4 and B3. So five variables are there. P is remaining same, small ab, and these are the rules of P. And starting symbol is equal to starting symbol S. Okay, so this is example problem which has all the possible combinations. Sometimes in the rule which in the problem which is given in the exam, there may not be left recursion, or there may not be substitution, or the grammar is already simplified. So one of the steps you may don't have to do anything about it. Or sometimes if the problem is lengthy, each and every step you have to perform something. Okay, so these covers um, the important points of GNF. GNF, that is the Grayback normal form, and you have the context-free grammar. You have to convert it to Grayback normal forms. It's a very important topic of the chapter. So, so let's quickly revise. Okay, so given the context-free grammar, converting into GNF means that converting each and every rule of the type of A is equal to small a alpha, where your alpha contains all variables, and they can be zero or more number of variables, and the grammar is already simplified. So GNF is a simplified grammar where left hand side is a single terminal, right hand side is a single terminal, and followed by zero or more number of variables. This is the definition. These are the steps. So I'm always making all the steps visible here to the right hand side. This yellow color step is done currently. Simplify the grammar. Simplification of the grammar के लिए remove epsilon production, then remove unit productions, then remove non-generating symbols, and then remove non-reachable symbols. Here the grammar is already simplified, so there is no change. Then in the second step, you will have to convert the production into the type such that it is already in GNF, or right hand side contain all variables. So if right hand side contain all the variables or GNF format, then select the rule and take it. Otherwise, you introduce a new variable like capital D is equal to small b, and change your rule of S is equal to AB into this type. Just convert the rule of the type of A is equal to alpha or GNF format. Okay, by addition of new variables. Then rename the variables. Renaming is very easy, and rewrite the grammar. After renaming the variables, you need to check the indexes. Your I should be less, A1 should be less than A3. So 1 is less than 3, so it is allowed. Otherwise, if it is not like that, like A2 is equal to A3, A4, then replace this A3 with, this is okay. But if your A3 is in the form of A2, then replace this A2 with its values, and you convert it into the format such as A3 is represented in the form of A3. So I is now equal to J. Then there is left recursion got introduced. So remove the left recursion. For left recursive grammar, here there is a left recursion. So for the left recursion, draw the parse tree and identify the pattern. The pattern is here. This is a pattern that small a, and after that A4, A3 for n number of times. For this right hand side part, take a new variable as P3. Similarly, for other also, it is generating the same type of pattern. So I am saying that now the A3 is equal to small a B3. And then I'm saying that B3 is nothing but A4 A3 or A3 A3 for one time, or A4 A3 B3 if it is for a number of times. But now I'm using a right recursion. So I have purposely converted left recursion into right recursion by addition of a new rule. And then by substitution you take this, and then by substitution you need to first you write down all the rules which are already in GNF, and then by looking at this all the rules by substitution you convert each and every rule in GNF format, and then write down the final answer. So these many steps are there here, and these many steps are there, and this everything is there for 10 marks, so you need to do the practice for this. Okay. So with this particular topic, we are completing the chapter of context free grammar. Okay. What are the topics that we studied in context-free grammar? Designing of context-free grammar, leftmost derivation, rightmost derivation, parse tree, ambiguous grammar and unambiguous grammar. Then simplification of the grammar, Chomsky normal form and Grayback normal form. And now from next lecture onwards, we are going to learn about push-down machine, and that machine is very interesting, that understands context-free grammar. So machine, after processing the symbol, it will reach to the final state like this. Okay, similar to FSM, little modification to FSM with the help of a stack memory. Okay, so don't miss the first lecture to understand the theory about push down machine, and then you can solve the problem after that. Okay, so see you on Friday, and by the time complete the tutorial. We will be having next week. We will be having a test, last test on CFG chapter. Next week, I'm going to conduct a class test on CFG chapter. Okay, so prepare and solve the tutorial.